Authorities hold consultations on draft of special consumption tax law. And later on, Vietnam launched urgent measles vaccination campaign. Good evening and welcome to today's headlines, your go-to bulletin for the most important stories shaping the day. Now, at a special session on legal reform today, Prime Minister Phie led discussions on 6 key laws, including amendments to the Atomic Energy Law, the Law on Science, Technology and Innovation, the Law on Energy Efficiency, the Water Supply and Drainage Law, the Urban Management and Development Law, and proposals for revisions to the Enterprise Law. The Prime Minister stressed that all proposed legal changes must meet 6 clarifications criteria, addressing inherited, amended, and new provisions, administrative simplification, decentralization, and dispute resolution. Now, previously on Tuesday, Prime Minister Phie met with Charles Bowman, General Director of the Trump Organization, and welcomed the group's $1.5 billion investment plan in Hưng Yên. He urged Vietnamese authorities to review the proposals comprehensively to accelerate the project while ensuring legal compliance and mutual benefits, highlighting Vietnam's efforts to cut administrative procedures and compliance costs by 30%. He encouraged the Trump Organization to expand investment, integrate Vietnamese businesses into its global supply chain, and advocate for U.S. policies aligning with bilateral relations and the global context. Draft amendments to the special consumption tax law have generated varying opinions concerning tax rates, levels, and the timeline for tax increases on certain products. Now, in response to these issues, the National Assembly Standing Committee has requested that the appraisal agency consult ministries and business associations regarding the proposed tax increase plan.
Businesses fully understand the need to increase special consumption tax. However, they proposed a reduced rate of increase and a gradual implementation timeline. For example, regarding the increase in special consumption tax on beer and wine over 20 degrees, the Ministry of Finance is considering raising the tax to 80% in 2026 and increasing it by 5% annually until it reaches 100% in 2030. Businesses argued differently, seeking to start the tax increase in 2028 and an incremental 5% annual increase over 5 years.
4 years ago, taxes were increased by 15% each year. With this proposal, taxes will jump to 90% and then 100% in the next few years. This would be a shock for businesses.
Experts highlight that investment and consumption currently contribute over 90% of Vietnam's economic growth. Many believe the special consumption tax should be increased starting in 2028 to stimulate consumption while ensuring sustainable growth. Increasing the special consumption tax could boost state revenue while limiting the consumption of goods that harm people's health and the environment. However, careful evaluation of any changes is needed.
We must calculate how to harmonize the benefits of all parties. Harmonizing the benefits of all parties may have the opposite effect if we only aim to increase revenue.
The Vietnam Federation of Commerce and Industry will compile all opinions and submit a report to the Review and Drafting Agency. They will then revise draft amendments to the special consumption tax law to align with practical requirements.
Moving on to other news, 23 domestic banks have reduced their interest rates by 0.1 to 1%, depending on the term. Some banks have adjusted their rates twice or 3 times. The interest rate cuts follow a directive from the Prime Minister after some credit institutions raised deposit interest rates. The government has also emphasized strict regulation enforcement, with officials warning that any violations will be addressed. The governor of the state bank is expected to consider measures such as adjusting credit growth limits and possibly revoking licenses for non-compliance. This morning, the first VTVgo Hanoi 2025 International Exhibition themed construction, building materials, real estate, and exterior decoration kicked off in Hanoi. The event features over 400 domestic and international enterprises, with nearly 1,500 booths showcasing new products and advanced technologies. Running until March the 23rd, the exhibition is a platform for businesses to exchange information and sign contracts, while helping the public stay informed about market trends and new product lines for construction projects. Coming up next, Vietnam launched urgent measles vaccination campaign. And rare frost in mid-March covers Tà Xúa Phie. Welcome back to today's headlines. Prime Minister Phie has directed full measles vaccination in high-risk areas by March the 31st. The Ministry of Health has deployed 6 inspection teams to oversee the effort and approve Phase 2 of the 2025 vaccination plan for 54 provinces and cities. High-risk areas in 48 provinces will administer 1 measles dose to children aged 6 to 9 months, while 52 provinces will conduct catch-up vaccinations for children aged 1 to 10. The National Institute of Hygiene and Epidemiology has received 500,000 vaccine doses, distributing them to localities for immediate use. Vietnam's airports, seaports, and border gates will implement biometric technology and VNeID by year-end. Now, this initiative aims to streamline administrative procedures and transform government services from a request-based to a service-providing approach. The government plans to simplify more than 320 administrative procedures through the digitization of personal data on electronic ID accounts, with completion expected in the second quarter of 2025. Local authorities are also expected to digitize household registration data and explore ways to reuse this data to simplify procedures. The 42nd National Television Festival officially opened in Quy Nhơn, Bình Định, hosted biannually by Vietnam Television. The event gathers media professionals to celebrate outstanding TV works. The opening featured a culturally rich artistic showcase. Now this year, 734 entries from 100 broadcasters reflect the growing influence of digital platforms in modern television. Earlier, a ceremony was held to honor Vietnam and Laos TV Group's cooperation in content exchange, technical support, and training. The Bà Chúa Xứ, or Holy Mother of the Realm Festival at Sam Mountain, is the largest spiritual festival in the Mekong Delta. With its unique cultural and religious significance, UNESCO officially recognized the Bà Chúa Xứ Festival of Vietnam as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity last year.
Every year, from the 22nd to the 27th day of the 4th lunar month, hundreds of thousands of tourists worldwide flock to the Bà Chúa Xứ Temple on Sam Mountain in An Giang to worship.
Everyone believes in the sacredness of the Bà Chúa Xứ spirit and puts their faith there.
I came here to wish everyone in the family good health and peace.
The festival reflects the Vietnamese people's inheritance, integration, and creation during land reclamation, blending Mother Goddess worship from ethnic groups like the Kinh, Cham, Hoa, and Khmer. This uniqueness led UNESCO to recognize it as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity.
This is a joy not only for the party committee, local authorities, and people of An Giang province, but also for the whole country.
We are committed to completing all the procedures to preserve and promote the values of this heritage, ensuring it spreads more widely and strongly.
Every sound and activity generated by the ethnic communities showcase uniqueness and solidarity, creating a multi-identity cultural heritage rich in value and international recognition.
This morning, thick overnight frost coated Tasua Peak in Ban Công Commune, Cham Tàu district in the northern mountainous province of Yên Bái. The rare phenomenon's appearance in mid-March is unprecedented. It was caused by a strong cold air mass moving northward over the past 2 days, causing temperatures at the peak to drop below freezing, coupled with high humidity. Now, by noon today, the frost has begun to melt, and experts say it is unlikely to form again tonight as the northern region has started to warm up. Now, let's take a look at the weather forecast in Vietnam and around the world. And that's the end of today's headlines. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo on our mobile application or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.